Hi everyone, Lisa here from LC Designs. Welcome to day 11 of 12 days of projects. Tomorrow's the last day, but today I have, I think, a quick and easy project for you. I found these face masks, and this one is a gingerbread man. There are some different ones, and I found these at Big Lots, and they were like $1.50. Here's a penguin, here's a snowman, but because we have the gingerbread stamp set, I'm gonna show you the gingerbread man, or we're gonna use the gingerbread man, and here is my project. So it's a quick and easy packaging. Let me do my iPad, so in case there are any comments, quick and easy like an envelope package. Again, tomorrow's going to be the last day. I will post the PDF tutorial for today's project after we're done. I have had a busy day. Today was on stage at home, so it was virtual. Which is our Stampin' Up convention, which I usually attend every year. Next year it's going to be in March, so that's why this today's was virtual, because we're changing the schedule to March, so it'll be in person in Houston, and I'll be attending that. So I had that. I had my Christmas card class. And then I was trying to finish up today's project. So I just been boom, trying to, or crafting, learning, a lot of training, trying to catch up on what I missed. But we are going to go ahead and start on our project. This is our project, and we're going to be using the I can never remember, Merry Bright and Bold Designer Series paper. So this is the one that goes with, basically coordinates with our Merry and Bright stamp set. But today we're using the Sending Cheer stamp set. And I got a different, some different dies, but this one's all really bright colors. So I just wanted to do something simple so that you can recreate these over and over. The thing is that this is going to take a good chunk of a 12 by 12 piece of paper, because it being so wide. So pretty much like I was telling my ladies that attended my class today, is how do I design a project? Because a lot of people are always asking me, do you really design all these yourself? And I do. So what I do is I take the stamp set first. So I look at my stamp set and see this has a gingerbread. So when I go out shopping, I look for something to coordinate with my stamp set. So gingerbread man. I picked up the other two because we do have a penguins that I think we still have, and snowman. You can do snowflakes or whatever. So anyway, so I pick something out that coordinates with my stamp set. Okay, so then I come home and I go, okay, so how am I going to create, and what am I going to create with this? So this is where my grid paper comes in. Very handy, the measurements on here. So, for example, I'll line this up here and this over here. And so my width is going to be 5.5. That's where my width is. So, 5.5, and then you're going to double it because you need the back side. And then if this was something thick, like where I needed depth, I would add so say the depth was 1 inch. I would add 1 inch to that. And so you need an inch here and you need an inch here. So now I'm talking like a box. And then we're going to need an additional inch on each side. So since this is 5.5, we would add the 2 inches. So that would make it 7.5. Now the height of this is 7. And if I was creating a box and say I needed that inch and I needed that inch, it would be by 9. So my paper would be 7.5 by 9, and then I'd score each side at 1 inch. Am I making sense? But that's kind of how I figure out my projects. Well, since this one wasn't thick and I didn't need a box for it, I created an envelope. So I just wanted to give you some insight on that because like the ladies were asking me today, and so I was going over it with them. So for this one, we're going to need a 7.5 by 12. We know this is 12, and I want my trees to go this direction, so I'm going to turn it when I cut it for the 7.5. And that's kind of another thing. You just have to pay attention to what kind of designer series paper that you're going to use, if it's directional or not. So like this, if we use this side, do we want our stripes to be this way or do we want our stripes to be this way? And that's how we would cut it. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this. This one is going to be 1.5 by 12 since I have my trimmer. And again, this is a directional paper and it's going to go this direction because we want to read it. And that is, oh, I guess I need to score my, this paper. So we're going to score this at 3/4 and 8 3/4. No, wait, 3 1/4. I knew 3/4 wasn't. 3 1/4 by 8 3/4. And that's just kind of giving us that 5.5 in the center. And then these two sides will be even. And then we're going to score the short side at a 1/2 inch. Just like so. In this paper, it might be hard to see the score lines. So we're going to fold them. And then on this other piece, we're going to do those same 2 score lines, 3 1/4. And you don't have to score this. Why am I still doing, yeah, 3 1/4, that's right. I'm confusing myself. And 8 3/4. This one, you don't have to really score. You can just, you know, wrap it around and then squeeze it as you go, because that's our belly band. So back to our paper. I'm going to fold this just so my score lines stand out a little better. We're going to cut them. So we're going to cut this center one at an angle. Cut this center one at an angle. And then we are going to cut these straight up. Like so, or so we're going to cut them off. And that's so we can form our envelope. This is a easy project. Okay, so we're going to add some tear and tape. You can glue this, but for the sake of the video, where does my tear and tape end? I think I could put 2 strips on here because I think my thing is long enough or wide enough. I see there's a couple of comments. I need to click on it so I can see what you all are saying and who's here. Hi, Karen. How are you? Happy Saturday. Did you attend on stage today? I know there was a bunch of, I missed out on a lot, but I tried to catch up what I could, and then I'll have to wait till the 13th to catch the rest. But I was working on some projects with my bee set prior to my class, and then I missed the create together, but I do have that bee set. And I can show you the little projects that I was working on. So then that's just going to fold over, and then that's our envelope. Super easy. So, you know, let's pretend I have another another gingerbread because I want to show you how I tied the ribbon and everything. So this is our pretend gingerbread man. He's a penguin. So all of these fit in here. So that's good to know. So like I said, we put our score lines on these, and then now, oops, the thing with this is going to be the back. This, now we're going to adhere in front. Flip it around so we can read it, because we're going to cover that up anyway. So I'd rather you not have the seam in the back. You could have it in the front. So we'll just put in another couple of pieces of tear and tape. So to secure that. But yeah, I missed out on a lot of the stamping presentations. I seen the first couple, and then when my class started, I had to say goodbye. Okay, so there's our pouch. You can see again, he fits. So now what we're gonna do is we are going to cut a scalloped contour die to put our little gingerbread. You know, I'm not going to cut that just yet because what size is this? Let's go with 3 because we have to die cut our gingerbread and all that. So let's stamp our gingerbread. So I'm doing one in pecan pie, and I'm doing one in copper clay. And because I wanted them to be different. So one's a boy, one's a gingerbread man, and one's a gingerbread girl. How about that? So he's going to be copper clay. I need to get my chamois clean. And she is going to be pecan pie. And it just so happened that I had these little squares because we used this stamp in my class today. So I had these squares already cut. Let me clean this again. And now we can die cut those two. And we have a lot of little die cuts. So let's see what we can fit on our cut and emboss machine. Well, I only have one gingerbread die, so we can only cut one of those. Is this going to cooperate or is this going to move? We can do our scallop die. I need some melon mambo hearts. So let's just snip this paper, stick that on there. I had a feeling it's always the little ones that don't want to cooperate. So let me see if I could put that one plus this little bow. One or the other is going to pop off. I already know it. But let's, oh, come on. All right, let's do, I don't know why the magnetic plates, they do that. My gingerbread man did not move, did he? All right, let's snap, crackle, and pop those. So put this aside. This gingerbread aside, these 3 little hearts aside. I know all this die cutting. Now these little hearts, we're putting them as their buttons. They could be used, I mean, they could be stamped, I should say. Where is my piece of tape? We're going to stick that one on there like that. We need our other gingerbread. Where did he go? He is right here. We need him. We need 3. We need the little hearts again in real red. I can't even pick up the die now. Okay, real red. So we're going to put, as you can see, these are all scraps. I'm just using scraps of paper. And this guy wants to go for a ride somewhere. And we need a shaded spruce heart. So we'll do that. Okay, we're going to do all these. And then I need a red bow for his bow tie. I bet you I just lost those hearts. Those 3 red hearts. Where did they go? All right. Get this one. Get this one. We got to finish dressing our little gingerbread. I'm just going to do this right here, just so we can get them done. And then, of course, we have some holly leaves to do. And there's our red bow tie. These little dies, they are tricky to work with. All right, try to get everything out of the way so that we are back in business. So on our gingerbread people, we are going to cut this little, that's why it was okay that my paper wasn't quite big enough, because we're going to cut these off. Because we want people, we don't want tags. And then we have to stamp their faces. Here's their faces. And remember, the lighter one's the girl, the darker one's the boy. And I messed up at his foot, but that's okay. So she's gonna be Melon Mambo. I actually she's moved because my edges aren't, I don't know what's going on with my glue. Even in class today, it was like, and these are brand new bottles of glue because I just bought them. Let's try another. There, and now this is probably going to be too much because well, the good thing is that the glue dries clear. So he's going to get the red, real red hearts as his buttons. And this is going to be, try not to get glue on me. And here's the last one. And she's going to get the Melon Mambo. That's, ooh, a lot of glue. But it's going to be okay since it dries clear. So she's got, but there is a stamp where you can stamp inside the center of these hearts and you don't have to do the die cuts. I just wanted to die cut them to make them stand out. So I thought this was a fairly easy project. But like I said, if you're going to make this for a lot of people, you might want to just stamp it. And he's going to get a bow tie. So this little bow comes from the skeleton one. I'm trying to think of the name. I have it here, though. Bag of Bones. So Bag of Bone dies. This is the only little die that we use out of this set. And that's where that comes from. So we're going to put a little bow sideways over here on her head. And we're going to put his little bow tie right here. Try to move it down a little. And there's our little boy and girl. So now, this is, I kind of don't want to use him because I cut off his feet. I have another one, but see, it's stamped. What should I do? What should I do? I'll go ahead and use him. So we're going to add dimensionals on here, on the back of each of them. And I made some little tags for my customers today with a package of rhinestones, and I made the little girl, and in the middle of her bow I used one of the look, I got it stuck to me. I used the iridescent pearls, and I'll grab one to show you, but my original doesn't have. And their hands are going to kind of interlock because they like each other. And we're going to put a dab of glue. And we're going to put that heart right there because there's so much love between them. All right, and we'll set those guys aside. And now we need to stamp some holly leaves. I couldn't think of the name of them. So we're going to stamp the holly in shaded spruce on shaded spruce cardstock. And I'm going to stamp another one because that one was light. And then with the real red, we're going to stamp the holly berries in real red on real red. Okay, and then we need to die cut those. I got to get all this ink out. See my hands just from today's class, and I didn't even do any stamping. That's the funny thing. Oh, we are going to add, let me do that too. What color did I do it? Open Me. So in real red, we're just going to put it on a little piece of basic white cardstock in the center. Because we're going to die cut that with the little tag die. So the tag die, the holly leaves, and then the holly berries. Every time I say holly berries, I think of Holly Berry. So this one is going to go right there. We are going to do the holly right there. These are new plates and they're already like, well, because I do a lot of die cutting. And then cut this off to make these fit. And we'll put those right there. Hopefully my head is not in the camera or under here. I keep forgetting I only have so much head space. Okay, so Open Me. We need to do another berry. And then we need another holly. And these berries, you don't have to stamp them. I just kind of thought it looked a little bit better being stamped. Definitely on the holly, because otherwise your leaf would just look like that instead of like that. And then, oops, one more. That probably didn't even need to be taped, but I just don't want them to move. Okay, so let's get our berry. Oops, that came out right for me. And our holly. And I know holly berry's not holly, it's like Haley. Anyway, with the H and not a O. Okay, so now we are going to glue our berries to our holly. Let's put a little bit of glue. And what I did is I put the 2 berries onto the holly leaf and then had the other one hanging off. Like so. And now we are just going to use some dimensionals. And I did not forget about this tag. We're going to use that in a minute. So we're going to add some dimensionals to our tag. This tag. That would give those guys a few seconds to dry. And put this on the center of our bag. These dimensional things, you find them everywhere. Even places they shouldn't be. All right, so that is going to go there. Now we'll just put some dimensionals behind each of these. One here, one here. And we will put one up in this corner, one down in this corner. And then what I did is I used some glue dots to put this tag on. So I kind of put one up towards the top, one towards the bottom. And we're going to tuck it under this holly leaf because I'm trying to hide that the little circle, like so. Now, these have a little notch in them. So we're going to use the gold and real red ribbon and feed it right through there. And I mean, I could probably cut this already. Where are my ribbon scissors? Like so. And then I like to use my tweezers to hold it in place. And we're going to use the gold trim since we got the gold dots. And then just tie this around in a bow. I want it to tie this off like so. I'm probably going to tie it in a knot first before I tie my bow. And then you could even use the tweezers there to hold that in place to make your bow. But here is the bow. And this could probably be trimmed a little bit smaller. Let's see after it goes into our envelope. Mr. Penguin, bye. And he's a little bit shorter than it fits in the envelope. He's just a little bit shorter than the gingerbread man. And basically that's our project. So, you know, they have foot masks, they have face masks. This one's soothing and nourishing. This one is hydrating and glowing. And Mr. Snowman, moisturizing and soothing. But they also have foot masks, hydrating socks. I love these during the summer. But this package will be a little bit too wide for these. You just need to take some off. And you could kind of do the same with the foot masks. So there's our project today. I hope you guys join me tomorrow for the final project. I have an idea what I'm going to do. I just haven't done it. So, see the gingerbread, he's a little bit taller. The gingerbread guy. So, there's today's project. I hope you guys like it. Yay, Patty, you finally joined me. I'm just finishing. I hope you were here early. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. Yeah, these are super easy to make. Super, super easy. Again, I got these at Big Lots, and like I said, I think it was like $1.50 at the most. I want to say it was like $1.49 or something. And then the foot mask ones I tell you about, these are only $1, I think. So super easy, cute projects, gifts that you could give to coworkers, you know, and not spend a lot of money. All right, again, thank you guys, and I will see you tomorrow right here again at 5 o'clock with the final project. You guys have a good evening and take care.